There's actually one really good use for this hat. So I'm not.
Yeah, the sun's right. Yeah.
It's actually doing a job.
Yeah, there you go. Tell the bosses that, right? You might check real quick. Count to 10.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, pretty good.
All right. Who am I looking at?
You can start with your name first of all, please, and your title.
Okay, my name is Captain Scott Robertson, SCOTTROBERTSON.
We're here, Deer Creek Reservoir. Walk us through what happened and where you guys are this morning.
So about 7 o'clock last night, we were dispatched to a semi-rollover. I received information that a truck had possibly gone into Deer Creek Reservoir. When troopers arrived, they did observe a tanker in the reservoir.
And then where are we this morning?
So this morning, we worked last night to kind of stabilize the scene and make a plan to attempt to locate the driver. Was our first focus, and then try to safely remove the truck. We determined that it was too dangerous for divers, for rescuers to be doing that in the dark. Plus, the tank was still off gassing. It was still venting the propane from the tank, and so we didn't want to be in the area while that was happening. And so the decision was made to do all that this morning. So that's where we are. We have tow trucks there, cranes, and divers there that are attempting to remove the truck and locate the driver.
So as of now, the truck has not been taken out and the
It-
divers are in the water, correct?
We're working to get them in the water, but the truck hasn't moved. The propane is essentially stopped. I'll let the fire chief speak to that side of it.
And so you haven't found the driver?
As of yet, no.
Any idea what caused the truck to go off the road?
We don't, for sure. We have our investigators looking at that. It's on a curve, relatively flat, maybe even slightly uphill. So we don't know what caused him to lose control and jackknife and then ultimately slide through the guardrail and into the water.
At this point, do you guys know if there was another car involved or not?
There was not. It appears that it was just this tractor and trailer.
Can you tell us anything about the driver? You mentioned a male, maybe an age range.
I'm not certain of his age. I can't confirm that with you right now. A lot of the information that we need to do our investigations in the truck. And so once we can recover that information, we do have communication with the company, and they've been giving us some information, but we're just not ready to divulge any of that yet until we're sure.
What about the road closure here on 189? How long do you think that's going to be like? Impact before drivers load up down the canyon?
It's going to be impactful for a good part of the day. I don't have an exact timeline, but it's a pretty slow process when we're putting divers in the water and rigging. We want to make sure, especially when we're dealing with the tank, that we're doing that safely. If there's any residual propane in the tank, we want to make sure that we're being as safe as we can. So we understand the need to get the road open, and we're sympathetic to motorists who, this is a pretty good shortcut into the Utah Valley, and we recognize that, but we also have to do a thorough investigation as safely as we can for our first responders.
What's the alternate routes for people who want to let people know? Go back to I-80 and go back down?
Yeah, that's probably the best way to get back down into the valley.
The mountain road's still closed, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Any idea when divers will be able to get in the water?
Relatively soon, we hope. Yeah, we're working toward that right now as we speak. So. jump on in. Yeah, see, you can't take me anywhere.
Take it with you, sir.
That's what I get for not having a seat.
We'll start this way too. If your name, please. So
Okay.
title.
Eric Hales, ERICHALES. I'm the chief of Wasatch Fire District.
Can you walk us through exactly what kind of tank this was? Like, is this a gas tank that is in the water, or what is that?
This was a propane tank carrying just under 12,000 gallons of propane, and it did breach as it went through the guardrail, so it did get punctured, and most of the product released to the atmosphere.
Dangerous for community/boaters, etc.
Well, as soon as it went in, we worked with our partners with state parks, and the rangers kept any boaters away, and we isolated the area. We did isolate any traffic in the area as well. So there was a potential if an ignition source would have reached the product, but we were able to avoid any incident with that right now.
You know roughly how much of the propane has been off-gassed at this point?
It has stopped off-gassing, so we're assuming that at least 80 to 90% of the tank. However, there is a portion of the tank that's still in the water. The water temperature is around 54 degrees. So our fear is as we bring that tank out of the water with the heavy wreckers and the cranes, that as it warms up, it could begin to off-gas again. And so we have crews standing by if that happens.
In the case that does happen, what does that mean?
Basically, we would just kind of hold the tank at that position, make sure we're isolating any ignition sources, and we would make sure that our responders are safe, and we allow it to off-gas safely in the atmosphere again.
Has there been any fuel that's leaked into the actual reservoir?
Yes, the actual cab of the tractor is underneath the water, and the saddle tanks have leaked into the reservoir. What we've done is we've actually placed booms with shields around them, around the tank, to isolate it to that area. And we're working with Central Utah Water District with all those operations.
So there are booms in place for
There-
the water.
Yes, there are booms have been placed to kind of isolate the fuel that is leaking. However, that did occur this morning in the light.
I know you said that you could see the cab underneath the water. Is there any indication that the driver is still in the cab, or is that known at this time?
It's unknown at this time. That's what we're utilizing the divers for. They will hopefully locate the driver and then also assist with the extrication efforts of removing the vehicle from the water.
Is it fair to say this is a recovery?
At this point, we're considering it a recovery.
And just one occupant in the cab of the semi.
For all indications, that's what we have received from the owner of and the operators of the tank truck. However, we haven't confirmed that. Our divers will be able to confirm that.
What do you take another update anytime soon in the next couple hours? Let us know.
We will get together with, we have a unified command established, and we will let that be known. We will let the Highway Patrol's PIO reach out to you and give you that information for the next briefing. Okay? Thank you.